Do you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I
Robbie's
appreciate
on
you
the
coming out and
pole,
helping.
old guy second, Austin's third.
Roger. Hey, dude, turn your mic volume up. No, not like Michael or nothing, like your microphone.
Yeah, no.
Just fucking with you, bro. Let me know till
How's that?
that timer starts. Yeah, that's way better.
Alright. Now I'm
10-4.
Butters, you're cool with that, right? If I just wait till the timer starts to go live? Because I haven't heard what time they start, so.
Yep, that's fine. I'm gonna go grab a water and
you got the points, Butters?
water and a notepad. I can have it up.
Yeah, what I'll do is, I don't know who's running in the points still. I'll send it down for you for the points recap, being the CEO, right? So I'll let you do the point recap on the playoffs. And then other than that, I should have most of it covered pretty good. And then, Brink, are you good for the Cup Series to stream?
Yeah.
Okay, what I'm going to do before the race starts, because last week you had those complications, Jeff. I'm going to have both you and Do sign in. Right, because I'll be signing out and signing into mine until as soon as this broadcast ends. I'll have you guys both sign in, so if you have a difficulty, Do has never signed into it ever, so maybe he won't have the same difficulties, right?
Yeah, that was just that one time where it like signed out and you were already racing.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I'm cool with it. Like, if you want, I mean, if you're comfortable.
Yeah, do what you gotta do. I like having backups.
I mean, if you're comfortable that it won't happen, then we don't have to do that. But I'm just trying to figure out, make sure that we're good, right? But Dude's gonna join you for the Cup race for the broadcast. You and
all right, word. Yeah, that'll be good.
Timer's rolling.
We're at road course
laps.
racing tonight, too. Canadian Tire for Xfinity and Charlotte Roval for the Cup in playoffs.
Wee.
Yeah. Caution free.
You guys can join in 3 seconds.
Right? I raced in
All right, timer's rolling, guys. We're live. I'm your GC Sports CEO, Aquataddy. In the booth with me tonight, I have Do.
You can join.
I also have Butters, but he's not going to be able to speak right now because I just blue screen, so we can accept these invites. It's Friday night. That means it's Cobra Racing night. Cobra Racing League. It's their night to shine here on the GC Sports Network. We've got road course night for these guys, starting off the Xfinity at Canadian Tire. And then we'll be going to the Cup Series at Charlotte Roval. This is playoffs for both. Do kind of new to the scenario. He's not going to know the drivers, doesn't really know how Cobra works out very well. But I'm going to throw it down to you, right? So this is road course that's really hard, and there's no cautions, but with damage on. So how would you run this race if you were up there?
Just be patient, take your time. You know, when people make mistakes in front of you, just you know, take advantage of that when you can.
Yeah, I got to agree. One of the biggest things is to be patient and take your time. It's not going to happen by everybody. I promise you, not everybody's going to be patient and take their time. Robbie racing on the pole tonight, but you really got to be careful and avoid the carnage that could happen out the gate, right? Damage is on, but no caution. So if you get wrecked, you have to pit accordingly. You're about to get yourself lapped down really, really early to get up on that. Robbie racing this custom paint scheme number 37. Mowing the grass as they go through turn number 2 there, going into turn number 3, has new leader, old guy in the 51 takes lead. Monster Racing, the 22, one of your top drivers in points. He missed turn number 3. They go into this short little turn number 4, getting ready for the, like the hairpin corner here. I don't know what they call it, but old guy got a good little car out there in that number 51. Awesome running there in third in the 36. They're carrying on down this long straightaway. They're going to get ready to go into a hard right. This isn't necessarily a hard braking corner, but it is a mediocre type of braking corner, right? Like, you definitely have to use the brakes. You can't just lift, and it's right-hander. Robbie trying to make a move on old guy here on lap number 1, going into this final left-hand corner on the track before they get into the final corner of the track itself. Here, Robbie cuts down low, trying to make a move on old guy. Slight contact is made as they come to the start-finish line. Old guy 24 will be your race leader and will lead lap number 1, but Robbie Racing sets himself up pretty good as they go into turn number 1 to make the move on old guy, and he does indeed get that position. Going down to you, Corey. What do you, or sorry, Dew, what are you seeing? What are you liking? What are you not liking so much?
I don't know. I just feel like these guys a little racy early. I mean, I know with the road course, you kind of don't want to lose that pack in the front, but they just seem. I'm back here on Brinker and watching the Brinker or the 22, the 90. They're all beating and banging back here. It's getting a little dicey. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like racing as the 17 decides to do some donuts.
Yeah, I think he got side bumped, caught the grass and spun him out a little bit there, but he got going back pretty quick, so not too bad there. Right, so one thing you don't know, it's playoff time, right? But this is Xfinity Series 50% race, so I'm going to throw it down. Taylor is our English quarter as well as Braincoff. One of the two of you guys, can you give me a lap count on the stage?
10 laps in the stage.
10 laps in the stage, and to answer your question, dude, that is why these guys are racing so long. They only have 10 laps. Only the top 10 receive stage points, right? So right now, you really got to go. Even if you get some damage, you can probably coast around the track for 8-9 laps and be able to stay on the top. It's going to be really important for these guys to get those stage points, as well as if you started in the back, now is the time to make up positions, get yourself set for stage 2, pick up another 3-4 positions, and be ready in top 5 entering stage 3 for an opportunity to win this race.
Yeah, no, I see Robbie finally made it back into the first place here. I mean, he's the king of this track, don't you think? He's, you know, mastered the Canadian tire.
I mean, I'd say Canadian is, right? But he's not Canadian, he's British, right?
Right.
I mean, Austin's right on his tail. Old guy started outside pole, hasn't lost a whole lot of ground. He's still within striking distance. But Austin at number 36 looks to me like he's actually railing in Robbie. I don't know if Robbie's pushing it 100%, if he's kind of taking it easy because he is up front, how this is playing out, right? But I know that 36 of Austin is right on the corner. So he's definitely doing a good job here. And right, so something else you don't know, a lot of the field here, excuse me, a lot of the field here in the Xfinity Series is actually Cup Series drivers, right? So if you start the season out in the Xfinity Series, as long as you race full time, you're allowed to sign. Robbie, I just signed, just before the playoffs started, I just signed him for Team Venom. Awesome is in the Cup Series racing for, I believe, Integrity right now. So, a lot of Cup drivers, but because they got signed to Cup and they were already running for points in Xfinity, they're allowed to stay there and continue the season, as well as they now have a racial way in the Cup Series. So anybody that is outside that cut line is allowed to try to work their way up. If you win this race, you get an automatic bid.
Ooh, Robbie's around.
That's not good.
Ooh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but
no, you're good. I mean, that's huge. He's now fallen. Didn't lose too many spaces, right? So at an oval track, if you do that, you're going to lose a lot of ground. But here's a road course, you don't lose a whole lot. His college fans get by him. Chase Beatty now into position number 2. He is known as a road course ringer and a true ringer. Tends to struggle with mile and a half. But here we are on road course. Chase Beatty has made his way up into position number 2 in that custom number 38 machine.
I mean, that's like, you know, that's what I was saying earlier. I mean, it's not about being patient there. It's just you know, with road courses, it's all about a rhythm, you know, and it looks like he's going down pit road there. You know, it's just kind of, for instance, at this track, I've learned from Robbie that it is all about rhythm. It's all about your braking points and how you get back on the gas and how you know, you get around these corners, especially in that what people like to call the jump. That corner there, it's one of the toughest like turns, because you're coming. Some people come down that hill in 4th gear and then put it into 2nd to try to make that turn and get your braking points. But you know, all in all, you know, seeing that mistake by the 37, thank God there's stages because it doesn't really ruin his race too much.
Yeah, I for one, right? So I'm a huge fan of getting into 4th gear, going down that little left-hander right there. The car gets really loose if you're in 2nd or 3rd gear while you're still getting up to speed. So I like to kick in 4th, kind of walk down a little bit while I'm taking the full left, and it tends to minimize your looseness. But I don't know, earlier when Brinkerhoff spun, right, I don't know if it's because he outright spun or if it's, you know, if he had contact made, any of that stuff, right? But I know that it is a really loose corner. And
Actually,
trying to hug it to the left so you can get to the right. Or go ahead, Brent.
What I did was I shifted where I did not need to shift. And that got the car out of shape, and I hit the grass, and but that kept it from going all the way around.
We have a couple of guys on pit road right now. We got Chewy and we got Taylor. So, yeah, shifting points is huge at road courses, right? So a lot of these guys, I'm glad you brought that up, Brent. Right, so a lot of these guys, if you're running at an oval track, you get accustomed to you get into fourth gear on a restart, and then you just focus on your driving, right? But if you're at a road course and you leave it on manual transmission, you have to not just focus on hitting your marks lap after lap, but one of those marks is included to be the shifting, like how fast you go when you shift. If you messed up the corner before, you know, they talk a lot about short track and rhythm track. Like, this is just as much rhythm as anything. As if you mess up one corner, it's going to mess up your shifting point and your speed entering the next corner, which could completely offset you into that point.
That's, yeah, especially because like here the shifting points are very as it looks like we're getting ready to have a battle for the lead. The shifting points and getting back on that gas is crucial here, because if you get on that gas too early, your car's just going to go whoop right around. And, you know, like again, at least with stage racing, you're not going to like ruin your race, but you know, getting back in the back at the wrong time could definitely ruin your race on the road course.
Yeah, that is an official noise that your car will make. It'll go whoop like that, like exactly however do the dude did. We're about to go. Sorry, had to mute myself for a second. Got a dog trying to be weird and get in. Right, racing's pretty good. I'm seeing pretty good action. To be expected, we're seeing a lot of shortcutting of these corners. We've seen a lot of tires in and out, but I'm not seeing anybody lap after lap after lap intentionally cutting any one corner. But I am seeing this battle for the lead up front intensifying. As Chase Beatty has reeled in the 36, it's awesome. He is trying to get the dub right now. A little interest that he's driving a Chevy. He is the Stuart Haas team captain there on the cut side. So a little interest that he's driving a Chevy, even though he owns the rights to it. But nonetheless, he's got a good run going here in P2. Maybe I shouldn't have spoke about, oh, he's going to pit road. Okay, so interesting strategy. A lot of people do this. Stage 2, you don't really have to pit, right? So you don't really have to pit in stage 1 either. Those guys are getting to set themselves up entering stage 2. One of the things you always want to do is track position. It's key at road courses. You pit here at the end of stage 1, and you're not going to lose a lap, right? And because of that, you're going to be able to start out front in stage 2. Older tires tend to run faster lap time at road courses, so good move by these guys.
So, since I'm new here, what's the wear? Is 50%? Is it 2 times? Okay. So they're not really. So they probably get what, 8 to? Maybe
I'm assuming they
7?
probably get 12 laps to the tank, if I were to guess.
Mm-mm.
You say
No, we're only getting about 7 or 8.
That's what I figured.
You only get 7 or 8, but and it's 10 laps, so you do actually have to pit in this stage.
Yep. No, I was just wondering because I was trying to understand why everybody was ducking down pit road on the first stage if it was only 10 laps. Because you know, with a 50% race, it's a long race here at a road course, and
it's funny you say that. It's funny you say that. A lot of people say the same thing about road courses, really long races. They actually usually take about 10 to 15 minutes less than a regular race does when they open.
Oh, no, I agree.
I mean,
because last night I raced at Road America in the league, and I literally thought it was going to take forever, and it was only a 25% race. But when you add stages in, and everything like that, you're right. It does take a little less time.
Right. This is only a 54 lap race, right, or something like that.
36.
Oh, sorry, 36. I'm thinking of the roll later. It's 54 laps, right? But then after the just stage breaks alone, it makes it down to just 48 laps. So 6 laps get taken out right there, which is 8 to 10 minutes of the race, really, right? So you cut these laps in about a minute or so. You take 5-6 laps out, and that's 5, 6, 7 minutes out of the race, right? And then you have no cautions, so you're not having to carnage lap after lap after lap because there's no cautions, right? So you're just straight through running 10 laps. Stage 1's going to be about 10 minutes. Stage 2 will be about 10 minutes. Stage 3 is going to be about 15 minutes. That's about all you got here.
Not bad at all. I didn't know that. I really, you know, when you race it, you don't really think about it. You know? You know, and then yesterday, after you said that, and me raced at Road America last night, it actually makes sense. Because I literally thought that race was going to last forever, but it actually goes by pretty quick.
Yeah, 100%. On track, I believe you guys are going to have to let me know. Is the 36 still the race leader? He can't be. Robbie's ahead of him.
99. 99 is now the race leader.
99, that's Drunk Fest. He is one of your Quick Series regulars for later. Guessing maybe he hasn't fit yet?
Nope.
The 51 and the 99, neither one have fit.
Okay. Now, I will tell you, interesting strategy that came to this. There's only 2 lap difference, right? So, some leagues don't allow fuel saving. There's not really anything justified about whether or not you can save fuel here. If you have a big lead like Drunk Fest does, you can kick the car in fourth and actually drive around track in fourth gear the whole time, or if you have a shifter, maybe put it neutral for some of the lifting points, and save a lot of fuel. There's only a 2-lap difference, right? And by simply putting it in fourth every about 3 laps should save a full lap on track. So I wouldn't be surprised to see if later on in the race people are doing that.
Oh yeah, a good old fuel miles race.
Nothing is good about it. I heard you say
I
good
hate
old. Yeah.
There's nothing good about those. I hate those. I mean, you know, I've been racing on the wheel for the last couple of years. I mean, I haven't quite got to the shifter yet, but it's one of those things where, you know, with me, the only way I'm able to save fuel is on the road course. When it comes to an oval, I am no bueno with that. I don't understand fuel saving. I just like to race, give it all I got, and go for the dub. But sometimes you just got to save the extra 2, 3, or 4 laps of fuel. And again, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Well, as well as you're trying to figure out how to race on a wheel. So, I'm just
Yeah,
playing.
true that.
Guys,
True that. You ain't
How many
lying.
laps you guys got left on the stage?
Last lap.
So Drunk Fest is not going to be pitting, so he did the fuel saving strategy here to get that stage win. 99 is going to be a stage winner. 51, did he ever pit? You guys know? Well,
He did. Ian Race Reporter P2, Robbie P3, Awesome P4, Monster P5, Bad Guy P6, Colleague Fan P7, Chewy P8, Ty Racing P9, and Drinking P10.
Woohoo!
I got to tell you, out there, the Chewy and the 77, I like his fan scheme. Probably the nicest fan scheme of the cars out there. However, he's struggling a little bit every time I seem to go over to him. Now, mind you, they're under caution right now for the stage break. But other than that, every time I've gone over to him, he's been spinning or in the grass or something like that. So he's having a rough time in that number 77 Ford Mustang. But nice looking car nonetheless. Butters, you got a copy? Are you with us?
Yes, I do.
Did you get the points there by any chance?
Yep, I do have them up here, Jay.
All right, so guys, we're in the playoffs. I don't necessarily know who's all where and what the scenarios are for the playoffs, right? But CEO of Cobra Racing is Butters. He's going to join us here for just a second. He's going to say who's in the playoffs, who's in the hunt, and kind of let us know who to keep our eyes on.
Yeah, so as we're coming in here, the week 2 of this race here, the guy coming in leading the points is Mike G, which I see he's not in a race, but he did win last week, so he had advanced into the next round. Following him is going to be Drunk Fest, number 17. He's coming in second with Awesome in third, and Monster Racing is in 4th place for that cutoff spot.
I'm getting hammered.
The guys just below the cut line right now are Colleague Fan, Bad Guy, Old Guy, and Brink. So it looks like the guys that are in the playoff, I believe, are most of the guys running up in that basically top 10.
Yeah, I like it, and that's huge for these guys, right? I'm seeing Ty Racing up here. He's racing hard, which is unique for the racing lead right now. Ty Racing goes a little wide there for the carousel turn. I believe... Oh, nobody was able to make that. I'm sitting there in third. Gonna send it down to you, Brent. Do you have... actually, I'll wait a lot before we get down to you. You guys are in tight traffic right now, but I will assume this stage is probably going to be shorter than stage number 1, probably.
2 laps shorter.
Yeah,
It's
8
10.
laps. Okay, so stage 1 was 10, or stage 1 was 12.
Oh no, they're both 10. Never mind.
Oh, okay, never mind. They're the exact same amount of laps, so in race reporter, per usual, confused. However, he's kind of racing, right? So, like, talking to us is not the top of his game plan right now. Chase Beatty, top of his game plan, is qualifying his way into the Cup race without having to qualify in, as he sits position number 1 in that number 38 Chevy Camaro for the Ford Mustang team owner. But Ty Racing in that number 90 is all over his bumper. Drunk Fest, Tiller, Robbie Racing rounding out your top 5, but Awesome and Monster Racing right there behind Robbie. Do?
I'm sorry, I was just watching Monster there for a minute. I got sidetracked. But so I was wondering, you were talking about team points. Not only are these drivers racing for
hold on. Points. These drivers here are not racing for team points. The team right now is only in the Cup Series, but a lot of these guys have been signed to the Cup Series. I'll actually scroll through Chase. He is the team captain for Deadman Inc., formerly owned by Butters. Butters stepped away so he could be league CEO and admin and not really, some bias and run the team and whatever. So Chase Beatty is the owner of the Stuart Haas team. We have Drunk Fest, who races for the Joe Gibbs team. He is in the number 20 Toyota loader tonight. Monster Racing signed to Integrity Motorsports. Ty Racing is an Xfinity regular, College fan Xfinity only. Tiller currently Xfinity only. Bad Guy Chewy Xfinity only. Warpig races for Travis Tyson and Tennessee Whiskey is their team name. Crazy Vader Xfinity only. Brinkerhoff Xfinity only. Robbie spoke about earlier. He races for me in the number 37 Chevy Camaro later for Team Venom. And Old Guy is a Xfinity regular, also races for Integrity with Fireside Resistance captain. So 2 Integrity drivers out there. And that's the field. Those are your Cup drivers. The thing is we make everybody, if you're outside of the top 16 points, you actually have to qualify your way into the race, right? So anybody 17th on back, to make sure that they're guaranteed to be able to race at least
Colleague
once.
fan, that's fun.
They're allowed to jump down here and race any series and race. So, yep, 16 of Colleague fan. He's going around. Here comes Crazy Vader. Thought Crazy Vader was going to nail him, but he did not. So, Fireslayer said you need the H pattern shifter there, dude.
Yeah, I need to look into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I would just go ahead and get the red pill. Those are the talent pills. I'm just messing with you yet again.
No, I got you. So like with your, so what do you think about it? You said it was a, said 36 lap race?
Yeah, that's what I said. It's 36, so that's 20, right? And then, but figure 2 to 3 laps under caution each time. So I'm actually thinking all 3 stages are going to be about 10 laps. I think even stage 3 is going to be 5. So
what would be your strategy?
Well, if I'm the 99, we already showed you a perfect strategy. He's going to save fuel, right? So stage 3 is 10 laps. We already proved that you can save, which that's kind of bittersweet, right? Now that you've given away that you're going to save fuel, same amount of laps that says you're going to save fuel again here, why would anybody else not start saving fuel, right? Especially stage 3, if stage 3 is a fuel saving gear. Then all you got to do essentially is race, save fuel, and beat the 99 car who's also saving. You're no longer in competition with all the other guys going real fast.
It just looks like Robbie, and then you could throw a blanket over like what, 5th, 6th?
That looks like second through
3rd, yeah.
7th right there.
Oh yeah.
That's 2nd through 6th right there, all battling under a blanket. We're running along now with Tiller in the 98. He's an in-race reporter. Not going to talk to him. He looks like he's a little occupied. But Brinkoff, how's the car feeling? And have you noticed anything with Drunk Fest saving fuel that maybe you're interested in trying to do here later on in the race, if not right now?
No, I'm in survival mode. I'm in 11. I want to finish in the top 10 at least. I have Warpig down my back here, and I'm trying to catch 3 cars in front of me, so I've just been, like you've been saying, I'm at Robbie Racing. I've just been trying to hit these marks, hit these shift points, hit these braking points. And of course I missed a little bit as I'm talking to you, so I'm going to shut up for a few minutes.
You're welcome. Glad I could assist you in going all over the place. As I say that, riding around with Warpig, we did just see the 17 on our screen anyways. Maybe not his, because there was a little slight difference there, but it looked like he bicycled coming through that corner there, which was...
Another misguided shift.
Or turn number 2, that first left-hand corner.
Looked like Tiller decided to try drifting around that second to last turn there.
Listen, if you're not drifting at a road course, are you really even trying?
Right.
Y'all leave me alone. I'm visiting Tokyo for a minute.
He's a Fast and Furious style. out here in that number 98. The problem is right now he's just furious. He's not in the top spot, so we're gonna go furious, not the fast one out there. Now I'm just playing top 5 spot here at a road course. It's no easy task, and we're gonna see. You know, some of these guys. This is actually a really tough one. Typically, I say it's an advantage for the Xfinity drivers or the Cup Series guys that get to run in Xfinity, right? Because a lot of times we race at the same track. So let me know if you agree or disagree here, dude, right? But these guys have only had a week to practice for this track. For Xfinity, you practice for Canadian Tire. Later, you have to go to Charlotte Oval. Completely different track, different braking points, different shift points, stuff like that. So would that offset you having to practice for 2 different road courses, or do you think that because it's a road course, you're kind of just getting accustomed to that mentality of road course racing?
Well, I mean, I think it'd be easier in a nutshell to go to another road course, but again, like you pointed out, well, one, it's a different car, you know, and especially at the Roval, you know, it's a lot different. You know, those corners are a heck of a lot more tedious. You know, they're sharp, you know, and I just feel, you know, racing at Canadian Tire, then going to the Charlotte Roval, it's like going from Bristol to Talladega, in my opinion, because it's just 2 totally different tracks. And I know with me, I wouldn't even waste my time going to the Charlotte Roval.
I mean, I feel like, right, so I agree to disagree with you, right? So I like everything you said except for the comparison of 2 road courses being things like Bristol and Talladega, right? So Talladega,
right.
oh, big right.
We got a couple cars in the wall.
The 36 both got destroyed.
The 36 is lagging.
Oh, okay. So that was the issue. Awesome with lag issue. Right, so back to what we were saying, right? So I agree to disagree with you. Bristol and Talladega, they are complete opposite ends, but I mean, honestly, who has to practice at Talladega? That's the setups, right? I mean, you hold it wide open and try to follow something, right? That's pretty easy. Bristol is more about dealing with the other cars on track, you know? You do have to have a fast line, but here, I mean, any one mistake, if you lose your... we talked about rhythm at effect, right? It's Robbie racing now. I believe we are racing here. 36 of Awesome is out of the race. Your rhythm could be off switching from one track to another, and I do actually agree with you though on the car difference, right? You might want to run like slider 6-7, for example, in an Xfinity car, and then want to run like a slider 4 Cup car, just simply because of how tight our race is. As these guys are all pitting, so even though Drunk Fest was involved in that wreck, this may pay out well for him.
Yeah, but like, and the one thing that I've always struggled with when it came to road course racing is every road course is different on this game. You know, like, you know, I finally raced the Indy Roval for the first time a couple days ago, and I literally spent so much time paused on the racetrack because I got a course penalty. But like at racetracks like this, at like Canadian Tire, there's not many chances to get a course penalty as there is for the Roval. You know, like if you miss that chicane, if you miss, you know, like if you literally miss a turn, you're sitting there for a little bit. You know, and that 3 seconds that you're sitting there to reset on the track is huge, especially racing at a road course. You know, not necessarily if it's, you know, early in the race because you do have stage breaks, but, you know, thank God for NASCAR for doing that too. But anyway, it's still at a point where, you know, when you're racing at Canadian Tire and then going to a Cup car at Charlotte Roval, it's like, you know, to me it's like 2 different worlds almost. And you know, with course penalties, especially out of Roval, it's tough to stay consistent. And you know, if you don't know what you're doing, then, you know, good luck to you.
Yeah, well, you were saying all that, right? I gotta announce something, right? So the 98 is now our race leader. He did not pit when anybody else did. So 98 on the fuel saving strategy. I don't know if he has enough.
I pit a lap before they did, buddy.
Okay, so he did pit. I just noticed, right, so when all the other cars pit, you were the only one staying out got the lead, and then these guys were pretty close. So, all right, so 98 on a slightly separate strategy, but it looked like the 22, he got in and out pretty quick. Maybe
Chase Beatty.
How many laps you guys got left?
Two.
2 laps to go here, 98. Tiller, that's your race leader. 22 Monster, sitting P2. Robbie Racing, 37 Chevy Camaro, sitting P3. Drunk Fest, I don't believe saved the fuel this time simply because he was in that wreck, right? So he probably had some repairs he needed to go do. And so he's running out in P4 right now, but it looks like he's gotten the car fixed. Repaired the damage. It was just a little hole in the radiator or something, so they threw an egg down there to see it. Yeah, he's sitting in fourth, but Robbie Racing right now looks to be the fastest car on the track as he's catching these top 2 really quick. With that said, they're battling kind of side by side, not either one able to hit their marks lap after lap while Robbie's able to. So that 37 Chevy Camaro, he's now in the mix as he gets a little contact into the 22 right there. These guys are now side by side exiting the carousel. This is going to allow Tiller to start being able to pull away. Robbie Racing desperately trying to get around that 22 car so he can have a shot at the lead. But they're running out of laps here in stage 2. They're getting ready to take the white flag this time by 3 corners away. They will be seeing the white flag at stage number 2.
Oh boy, that is some fun race. I mean, and if correct me if I'm wrong, Monster is in the running for the championship, right? The playoffs?
You bet he is.
Yep. He's the highest running playoff driver right now. Drunk Fest is sitting P2, which is he's sitting P2 in points, right? And he's not sitting P2, he's P4 in the race, right? But he's the second highest playoff driver right now, as they say it. White flag here in stage number 2. Robbie Racing sitting in P3, working over the 22 car as hard as he can, but as clean as he can. 22 goes really wide in that first left-handed corner. Robbie's going to get right up next to him, but it's going to be a right-handed corner. So even though you get the inside of one corner, you're not guaranteed the inside of the next spot. Here comes Drunk Fest trying to get to the inside of Robbie. Robbie does a crossover, but yet again, he's going to be on the outside as they go into this next corner. But it's just that short left before you get into that hard right-hand hairpin. And it looks like he's going to have the position as they go into that corner. He's going to shortcut, use just his left side on the candy cane.
That leaves the door open for the 99. He went underneath Monster also in that.
Yeah,
right
Drunk Fest now side by side with Monster Racing. We talked about this is playoff implications. These guys are 2 of the top 4 in points. Drunk Fest trying to say, hey, I'm here to win this title this season. Taylor, Robbie, go ahead and try to win a race, but I'm here to win a title. As he's running P3 now, getting by Monster Racing in 22. Monster goes in deep. He drives in hard right there into that right-hand corner right there. Drunk Fest is going to cut the grass. Monster side by side. Going to the final corner. Monster Racing looks like he's going to pull ahead of Drunk Fest. Drunk Fest tries to do the crossover, but unsuccessful. As Tiller will be your stage 2 winner. Chase Beatty wrecks off the final corner. So Tiller, Robbie Racing, Monster Racing, Drunk Fest, and is that Ty Racing in the 90 running at the top 5. Chase Beatty, I believe, ended up 6th, but he did spin and go nose deep into that inside wall coming off the final corner.
Correct. You've got War Pig 7th, Bad Guy 8th, Old Guy 9th, and Bunker Off 10th.
Another 10.
Yep. What he said. Wait, Brink, you got 10th?
I got 10.
Averaging a 10th place solid finish so far in the first 2 stages. Tiller, congratulations on the stage win. Strategy seemed to do it there for you. Is that something maybe you're going to try to do this next stage?
Strategy's not going to be a bigger factor in this next stage. It's going to be pretty much split it in half.
How many laps is the final stage?
15, you get 8 to fuel, so...
They're saying 15 now, right? But after the time you guys do the cautions, it'll probably be about 12, so I'm assuming 6 and 6.
Right.
Brent Kopp, down to you. 10th in both stages. You've got a pretty decent little car. Are you making changes as you go, or you just kind of running what you got?
Yeah, I made it looser, and I just made it a little tighter, but I lowered the air pressures in my front tires just to get a little bit more grip. And because I'm kind of riding it, I'm kind of surfing these corners a little bit. I'm happy to be in the inside for this first corner. And I got a little bit of get up, but I have some braking points I know that aren't as good as others. So.
Yeah, it looked like you get a little loose there in turn number 2. Got loose, cut the inside wall 3 wide, entering the turn number 3, I believe. There 3, 4 wide, 30. Or that's the 8 of Crazy Bader was flying into the outside wall. That was crazy. Chase Beatty goes from wrecking on the final lap of stage number 2 to now he's sitting in P3 working over Monster Racing for 2nd. As Robbie's loving seeing all this action behind him as he's trying to walk away with it at number 37. But I expect these guys to single out pretty quick as Brinkoff we were just talking to him about how he's in P10. He's now battling with the 98 of Tiller, our stage 2 race winner, for 5th place as they are now battling. Ty Racing, actually, all 3 of them battling for 4th. Dude, you've kind of been muted there for a little while. How you doing?
Sorry, I had a little fire in the house. We had to figure out how to put the fire out in the house.
Sorry,
about
Tilt.
that.
Sorry, Tilt.
What I like to do is throw
That was old guy.
Daddy said throw Vaseline on it. But anyway, I apologize for that. I just saw a fire and ran over to try to help out. So, all right, where are we at? Sorry for being.
Robbie's winning right now in stage 3. Tiller just won stage 2. Brinkhoff went from 10th to 5th. Then he caught the inside wall while I'm talking about him. Man, really gonna stop talking about that 17 car. Just doesn't seem to pan out. When I said 5th, he was actually in 6th. He's battling until 4th. Old guy dodges in, moves the 17. That's going to be for 6th position. Brinkhoff comes, shoots back across the track. Looks like he, I don't know if he wrecked, but it didn't look good on my end. I'm not seeing damage on these cars.
No.
Could you give me verification that these guys not run damage at the road courses?
Nope.
Oh, there's a
No
huge
damage.
wreck. The 99's in the wall with the 16.
So old guy got me a little out of shape, and I tried to get in the gas,
Yeah, I believe
and
the damage is turned off.
that's where I got into the wall.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. You just ended up a little wide. Probably tried pinning the throttle, trying to keep it down bottom.
You're right.
It
Precisely what happened.
sounds really bad, and not to be hateful when I say this, but that's a common mistake that happens at the road courses. When somebody gets out of shape, they try to still hit their marks, kind of putting me, so it doesn't look too bad for the next corner. And you really gotta get off the throttle, almost shift up a gear, right? Like that corner, I don't know how you drive it, right? But I get in the second in turn, I guess it's turn 3, right? And some people race it third, but I get down in the second. And if I get out of shape and it starts kicking out on me, I just shift up in the third and kind of stabilize the car a little bit more. Dedicate out there on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. Fire Slayer, he's been out there along with the Sauce. He's been out there, thanks for tuning in, guys. We don't have a whole lot of comments out there. Hopefully the Cup Series gets a little bit more, but always appreciate you guys out there in YouTube land. Thank you. The reason we stream is for you guys to be able to see the races as well as the drivers to be able to sit back in later on and see all the hateful things we said about each and every one of them. And I know that Robbie right now is sitting in P1, he's going like this. And quote me if I'm wrong, Butters, but Robbie is sitting there going, hello, McFly.
Yeah, for sure. That's his calling card there anytime he wants to talk to somebody.
Yeah. I don't know if he wants to talk to anybody right now, right? But the way he's racing right now, he's going to be able to talk to the broadcast team after this race.
So I was, while you were going on your rant there, Teddy, the 99 and the 16 got in a little wreck in that little chicane by the.
Yeah, I heard you call that. I actually got it on air.
Oh my goodness.
It's so with that happening, do you think that he's just switched it completely in the fuel saving mode, or do you think?
No, I don't think there's any reason, right? So, and I'm actually seeing he just looks really loose. Actually, I think that he adjusted the car. Maybe well, there's no damage, right? So damage isn't affecting it. One or two things: he's overdriving the car. He was back in traffic, which he wasn't dealing with earlier, right? So that could be causing a few issues for him. But there's no reason to fuel save here because it is a longer stage. I believe it was 12 laps. Did we figure that out?
10.
It was 10 again?
They were both 10, yeah.
No, not the stage. I'm talking about stage 3. Is that 10
Oh, 15.
also, or is this 12? Well, it was 15, but then after you guys pit, how many was it? When you
I
come
don't.
out?
No, you're right. I don't know.
12.
Okay, so 12. That's what I thought, right? But so, because it's 12 laps to answer your question, dude, right? I don't think you can go into fuel save. You only get 8 to the tank. I don't think you're saving 4 laps. That'd be a run and a half, basically, what you got to save. This isn't that's no easy task. And quite frankly, I don't find it to be possible. So if I'm
we
out
know
there
Robbie's
right now,
not saving.
right, I mean, I think it'd be silly. The only thing you could do if you were in save gear is try to minimize your time on pit road, right? So if you can save a lap or two and you go down pit road, maybe you can take fuel only and just do like half can instead of taking, realistically, 2 cans is 8 laps. You need at least 4 laps, right? So you would be in 1 can and then hope and pray that your tires can last. But I don't see the use in it. But I'm not a road course guy, right? So maybe that's exactly what he's doing. I have no clue.
No, I was just wondering. Like I said, I'm not the best racer. When I go to racing, I still got a lot to learn. And I try to learn as much as I can when it comes to video games. But you know, it all in all, I've never been good at road courses, to be completely frank with you. Now you just threw me off my game, Patty. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, tell us something we don't know. Right?
Yeah, really.
What'd you say, Butters?
Yeah, tell us something we don't know.
Right. I don't ever throw somebody off the game, right? Like, we're just having conversations here. Like,
We had to do all plus.
Yeah, you definitely did. I mean, I was expecting it, but I didn't think it was going to be that harsh. But anyway, like with me with road courses, when I first started racing when I was on a wheel, dude, I was no good. I could not even make a turn. I was spinning out every lap. But like as I joined, you know, you and the likes of you and Robbie and a couple of the other guys that I have been racing with over the last 4 years, it's road courses just came natural to me. I mean, I'm used to turning right to turn left. So, you know, like when it came to the dirt track racing, like it's nothing compared to road course racing, but you know, it all comes with time and practice and just working with the right people. And you know, Robbie has always been a shiner on these road courses, more so than the ovals with some tracks. But
pretty wide.
But it's just one of these. This is one of those tracks that I just enjoy racing at, and I enjoy watching racing here because you learn a lot just being up in these booths. And I mean, yeah, you don't get to hear a lot of where they're braking, or you hear where their let-offs or braking zones are, and you know.
Glad you said something right there. Actually, we have plenty of laps to do this. I don't believe they're coming to pit road this time, so let's go ahead and ride with Robbie Racing and get to start finish line. We're going to go ahead and ride along with him, and we're going to do the Giggity Get Loud. We're going to ride along with him, probably hood do one lap, so everybody at home can hear one of the guys that's really good at road courses and how he lets off and stuff. So here we go. Of course, as I said, I don't think they'll be pitting this lap. That's exactly what happened, and he went to pit road. I would assume that's 6 laps in, right? So we probably have 6 laps to go after that. Splitting the stage in half, but I'm seeing a couple guys staying out, and the only thing I can think there is you want to do as little fuel, as little time on pit road as you can. But this game, unfortunately, you can't take left side tires, right? So, or only unless you do 4 tires. So, I definitely expect all pit stops to be 4 tires. And to me, the later you run on tires, the faster the car gets, right? The older the tires, unlike oval tracks, right? You run fast lap times with older tires because you can slip and slide a little bit, and it really helps you with the lap times. And so, anybody that went halfway, they're going to be able to have those. Never have the real old laps, but be able to hit 5 and 6 right at the end of the run, and they'll have 6 lap old tires. If you're staying out there right now, you're banking on being able to hit really fast laps for the next 2 laps before you come to pit road to make up the gap of them having the fresh tires and no fuel.
Yeah, Teddy, just a couple things I want to add to that. You know, I've seen a big group of these guys come down together, but I believe Drunkfest had pitted a lap earlier than the rest of the group, so
He did.
I don't know where that's going to put him. I seen him come in, like I said, a lap before the rest of the group. But just another side note too, I noticed, I don't know if you already said something, Teddy, but I see the number 36 of Awesome on pit road. Looks like his night is done. That hurts him big time. He was one of those top 4 going into that, and then coming into tonight in the playoffs. So
yeah, I noticed too
early night for him. Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed he was on pit road earlier, and he is a playoff driver, right? So it is going to hurt him. Luckily, though, these guys do still have one more race. Are they at Michigan next week also?
They should be, yep.
Okay, so these guys do have one more race at Michigan next week for the playoff drivers. And Tiller, I'm going to throw it down to you. Have you pit yet?
Yes.
Okay, so you pit the lap early again. So you and Drunkfest probably on the same page on pit road.
I actually pit 2 laps earlier this time.
Okay. Oh, so you did the 4 laps and then the 8 laps after you. Okay. You still have Robbie as your race leader?
It says custom, so I'm assuming that's who it is.
That makes sense. That would be Robbie in P2's Chase Beatty. Something we haven't been seeing on our screen most of this race, or most of the stage, is somebody else on the track with the 37 car. What I mean by that is, right, so on the view, when I'm riding along with Robbie, you can see another car pulled away and done that well. Now we're starting to see, after these pit stops, we're seeing this blue car of Chase Beatty, as well as now the black car of Ty Racing is sitting in P3, which, by the way, shout out to Ty Racing. As long as I've been broadcasting, this is by far his best performance that I've seen as far as being the broadcast, right? So huge shout out to that 90 of Ty Racing. But these guys are starting to make up some ground, and this is a normal draft, right? So it's hard to race side by side with a driver throughout the track and make up time. However, there are a couple longer straightaways as Chase goes off on the grass and on the 6th wall, 90 of Ty Racing now into second, but you can utilize the draft in some of these longer straightaways to really make up time on somebody like Robbie that's starting to pull away.
Robbie's long gone. Like, as long as you don't make a mistake, he's
3 laps to go.
You know, you say that, right? 3 laps to go till it just reported. You say that, but we've seen Robbie spin by himself earlier. If I'm Robbie, what I might do is start backing it down and just make sure I hit my marks. But it's really tricky because the moment you start backing it down, it's usually when you start making mistakes because you're not hitting the same braking points because you're not going as fast, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. So, you know, that's food for thought. And I say to do it, well, let's be honest, you just can at a road course. It'll really mess up your whole race in my time. So, again, we got Robbie Racing sitting P1, Ty Racing P2, P3 is Chase Beatty. Anybody got a copy on who's P4? Oh, never mind. Drunk Fest, Monster Racing, and I don't know who that other black car is back there. Oh, 51 old guy, right? So that's 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Monster Racing, Drunk Fest. This is huge as far as the playoffs are concerned. Butters, did you say Ty Racing is in the playoffs or no?
I don't think he is.
No, he's not.
I'm going to double check that, but I'm pretty sure he was.
So, Drunkfest coming off final corner, hit it perfectly. Monster Racing did not. 38, Chase Beatty, looking like he's out of fuel. He is pulled over and come to a complete dead stop in the grass. He may be impregnating his wife. I'm just kidding. Congratulations to Chase Beatty and his family having another child this past week. So congratulations to him. Hopefully, you know, they can go a couple months without being pregnant again, but maybe not. Battle right now is for 3rd. This is what I'm watching. We're riding the Drunk Fest, Old Guy Monster Racing. Old Guy playoff bound?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so this is, even though we have Ty Racing and Robbie Racing out there at P1 and P2, realistically, this is the playoff race. Drunk Fest, Monster Racing, Old Guy. These guys are the top drivers in the playoffs as it sits right now. So huge momentum for these guys as they get ready to go into Michigan next week. As we're on 2 to go, Robbie might be at 1 to go.